KOIN 6 News This Morning starts right now.
You see it on the news all the time of somewhere else or a different place, and then next thing you know, it's just right next door. So.
Now on KOIN 6 News at 5, a Salem mother and son are missing and investigators fear the worst. KOIN 6 obtained a search warrant, revealing that investigators are now looking for evidence of a criminal homicide, including the bodies of Carissa Fretwell and her young son. We've learned they already have a person of interest and are searching 2 properties. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll hear from friends about Fretwell's disappearance and why they're afraid her son's father had something to do with it.
And embattled British Prime Minister Theresa May has announced her resignation. May addressed the British public today, saying she would quit June 7th. We will have more details on what's next for the nation coming up at 5:30.
Plus, record holiday travel. AAA is expecting a record number of people to pack up and hit the roads for the long weekend. The largest number of travelers in more than 10 years for Memorial Day. Coming up at about 10 past the hour, we'll take a look at some of the things you need to know before heading out the door for your weekend getaway.
It is at 5:01 on this Friday morning. Thanks for being with us here on KOIN 6. I'm Jenny Hansen.
And I'm Ken Body. Speaking of the weekend, Steve Pierce is standing by with an update on your holiday forecast. But first, let's get right to Carly Cannelli with a check on what's happening on the roads in case you want to leave early for the weekend.
It's a good idea to leave early because it's quiet right now. You'll see things get busy later on today. Sometimes people leave right around lunchtime on a Friday for the beginning of this Memorial Day weekend. So be prepared for busy roads later on. Right now, we're looking good, though. It's nice and quiet across the metro area. One traffic alert, and that's this crash at 153rd and Stark. Other than that, the drive times look great. Steve?
Thanks a lot, Carly. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, boy, you've got City Fair out there coming up this weekend, especially on Friday and Saturday. I expect a few scattered showers. But boy, we clear things out by Sunday and Monday. Live and look outside right now as that sun's getting ready to come up. 56 degrees, a light south-southeast wind at 6 miles per hour. That sun will rise here in about a half an hour at 5:30. Current temperatures across the metro area in the 50s, 55 in Vancouver, 50 at Salem, a little cooler in the south end of the valley. 50s for you folks out there on the coast. And guys, coming up, I'll have my full forecast here in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Steve. 2 minutes after 5 o'clock right now. We have new details this morning on the search for a missing Salem mother and her 3-year-old son. Investigators are now looking for evidence of a criminal homicide.
Hey, here's what we know so far. Carissa Fretwell and her son Billy were reported missing more than a week ago. Well, late yesterday, Salem police told us Michael Wolf is now a person of interest in their disappearance. A crew spent the day searching his property near Gaston in Yamhill County, but neither Wolf or his wife have been seen there. Crews are also searching a second piece of property nearly 25 miles away in Hopewell.
We've also learned that Wolf and Fretwell have a history, Fretwell having taken Wolf to court for child support.
Now, KOIN 6 spoke with one of Fretwell's friends. As Elise Haas explains, she voiced concerns Wolf had something to do with her friend's disappearance. Elise?
Yes, Jenny. So her friends are concerned about their welfare, especially because they say that this father and mother have a very complex relationship as well as a lot of animosity between them. But before I go into that, I also want to remind viewers that KOIN News, as a team, we were the ones to bring you breaking news coverage on this case all afternoon yesterday because we were the first ones to discover that there is a criminal homicide investigation in regards to this missing mother and son. And so to put this situation and these relationships in perspective for you, we obtained some court documents that show that 25-year-old Carissa Fretwell took 52-year-old Michael Wolf to court to request that he paid child support for their son. And the court records show DNA proved Wolf is the boy's father. But her friends say Wolf didn't want anyone to find out about their son. And this week, investigators combed through Fretwell's new home in West Salem. And we obtained a search warrant there, which shows they're looking for evidence of a criminal homicide, including the bodies of the mom and her young son. Now, a week and a half since they went missing, her friends fear that the father of Fretwell's child had something to do with it.
I know they had some problems because he was married, and she was a little scared of him because after she got pregnant, he did threaten her at one time.
And multiple neighbors recall hearing several arguments between Fretwell and a man, including one fight a couple of months ago where police were called. And authorities say that Wolf is a person of interest in this case, and he's wanted for questioning. And you can tell that there's a lot of moving parts in this story, and it's still developing, and it's a very active investigation as well. So we'll continue to follow this and bring you new developments as we learn more. But for now, reporting live, Elise Haas, KOIN 6 News.
Thank you, Lisa. We have been following this story since the search began for Carissa and her son. As we learn more, we'll update you on air and on KOIN.com.
Well, as we come up on the 9-year anniversary of the disappearance of Kyron Horman, the FBI tweeted this missing person poster. Kyron was last seen at Skyline School on June 4th, 2010. Kyron was 7 years old at the time. Search crews have put in countless hours looking for him.
The man accused in a decades-old cold case out of Vancouver is expected to be arraigned today. Richard Knapp is accused of raping and strangling Audrey Hayline Frazier at the Family Tree Apartments on 4th Plain in 1994. Well, detectives announced earlier this month that they found Knapp through DNA from a discarded cigarette butt.
New this morning, a Clackamas County Sheriff's Office employee is being accused of domestic violence. 34-year-old Brandon Kearns was placed on administrative leave earlier this month before being arrested yesterday. The Sheriff's Office says they learned he allegedly attacked his ex-girlfriend during a trip to Las Vegas. However, yesterday's arrest was in connection with a separate case. He's also being accused of strangling that same ex-girlfriend in Clackamas County back in January.
Police are looking for the people behind a brutal attack on Monday night that sent a Chevron clerk in Southeast Portland to the hospital. And the whole thing was caught on camera. This surveillance video is from the station on 148th and Stark. It shows 5 people walking into the store. They attack a clerk named Ryan. Well, we found out that the day before, the clerk confronted one of them for allegedly stealing ice cream.
My heart breaks down because how a human can do something to other human like this, even to other animal like this. It's unbelievable.
There's about $1,100 in damage to the store as well. If you recognize any of these people, call Portland Police.
Well, police are on the lookout for thieves who stole a mobility scooter from a local Vietnam veteran. That happened Wednesday in Vancouver, where that 73-year-old lives with his wife. And medical issues make it nearly impossible for Don Yule to get around by foot. About 6 months ago, he got a used scooter that's the color blue. Now, Wednesday morning, he says someone broke into the back of his truck and stole it.
And that's the part that bothers me, that people would do that, especially when they have to know I have to have it or I wouldn't have the thing. And they just go ahead and take it anyway.
Neighbors have been posting a story on social media, hoping to find another scooter for Don. Family members, meantime, say they're also watching online for the stolen one.
Oregon students pushing for new gun control measures are learning a tough lesson about politics this week, and now they are fighting back. The gun control bill they worked for more than a year to promote was dropped from the Senate floor in an effort to attract needed votes for education funding. Student leaders from across the state expressed their frustration to the lawmakers at the Capitol building.
We were not contacted at all about the possibility of them trading away our bill or anything like that. It came out of the blue, just seeing that all of a sudden our bill was being used as a bargaining chip.
But I'm absolutely thrilled that they're here in the building. I think it's so critical if we're going to continue to make progress around firearm safety, that students remain engaged.
Student leaders say they will not stop pushing for lawmakers from both parties to pass sensible new gun control measures.
A fire destroys a home in Clark County, and an exploding drone battery may be to blame. That's according to Clark County Fire. We spoke with the family who lives in the home. Monica Schwartz says her stepfather normally works in the room where that fire started, but decided to work outside that day.
Like, he wouldn't have made it. There's no chance. And heck, the boom was so big. I mean, it just immediately grabbed that whole room, everything in it.
She tells us flames shot out of the windows only moments after hearing 3 explosions from inside the house. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
In a surprise vote, the Oregon Senate has approved a short-term pension fix that cuts public employee retirement benefits. Lawmakers voted to redirect 2.5% of employee salary towards the Oregon Public Employee Retirement System. The change is expected to cut employees' supplemental pension accounts anywhere from 7 to 12%. Now, the proposal also refinances the debt and extends the state's repayment plan from 20 to 22 years. That measure now heads to the House.
After 2 days of debate, the Portland City Commissioners approved next year's $5.5 billion budget. Despite proposed amendments, it appears dozens of Parks employees will lose their jobs. The Parks Bureau is facing a $6 million shortfall and looking at eventually closing some community centers after the summer. Commissioner Nick Fish said the city would look at helping Parks employees find other city positions.
Well, we're going into a holiday weekend right now, so you want to know what the weather's going to be like. If you have any activities planned, Steve Pierce is here with that.
Yeah, Ken and Jenny, I think we're going to see sort of, like I said earlier, a tale of two different weekends coming up. A few scattered showers today and again tomorrow, but then we dry it out on Sunday and Monday. A live look outside right now. Mostly cloudy skies, 56 degrees in your 5 o'clock hour. That's south-southeast wind at 6 miles per hour. The sun will be up here in about 20 minutes. Current temperatures across the metro area, 53s at both Forest Grove and Hillsboro, 52 at Beaverton. Similar numbers over there on the east side. Battleground, good morning to you folks at 50 degrees. Quick look at that satellite and radar shows not much going on right now. Don't forget that bus stop forecast for the kids. 54 degrees, a cloudy start. This afternoon, I think the showers come back. I'll have the full forecast details coming up. Carly, how's the traffic?
Traffic looks great right now. 511. We do have one traffic alert at 153rd and Stark. There's an accident reported, but this is not causing a delay in that area. Let's take a look at drive times. Right now, I-5 southbound is 14 minutes. I-205 southbound 11, so you won't find any slowdowns yet on the freeways. I-84 looks great as well.
All right, Carly. Well, you know, AAA expecting this Memorial Day weekend to be one of the busiest ever for holiday travelers. They expect nearly 43 million Americans to travel, the highest number for the holiday since 2005. AAA is expecting today to be one of the busiest days, with most drivers hitting the highways in the late afternoon. Well, coming up at 5:30, we'll have a closer look at what drivers can expect when they hit the roads this weekend. So basically, I'm going to stay far away from the roads come later today.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. All right, 512, you're watching KOIN 6 News. And recovering from natural disasters.
A new spending bill is on the table aimed at helping those affected by floods, wildfires, and other major disasters. Coming up at 5:30, why some lawmakers say not everyone who needs the money will get it.
But first, the final countdown. We are less than 12 hours from the start of City Fair 2019. Coming up, Cora Harlan will have a live preview of this weekend's theme and events.
Well, the wait is finally over. The annual Rose Festival kicks off its waterfront activities today, just in time for the holiday weekend.
It always seems to come so quickly. Yeah, Cora Harlan live at Tom McCall Waterfront Park with a preview of this weekend's events. How's it going, Cora?
Well, it's all right out here on the Midway. There has not rained too much. Getting a few raindrops here this morning, but it's going to be a beautiful weekend for the Rose Festival, the City Fair down here on the Waterfront Park. And we want to get started this morning by telling you about one of the Rose Festival's longest-running corporate sponsors. There he is, right there, from Portland General Electric. This is Craig Arnston, and thank you for being up this morning. This is not your hour, I understand, right?
Oh, well, I'm always happy to get up for Rose Festival.
Let's talk a little bit about this because there's a real clean energy ethos in the city of Portland and the Portland area, and PGE is making is sort of putting your money where your mouth is in terms of that as far as Rose Festival goes, a City Fair in particular, right?
Absolutely. As an energy company, we're really working hard on carbon reduction, not only of our generation fleet, but also on the events we do in the community. So with Rose Festival, all the booths and the rides you see here are all powered by PGE Renewable Power, so we're really excited about that. And then for the PGE Solve Starlight Parade, which is next weekend, we're offsetting all the emissions for about the 100 or so vehicles that are in the parade. And then we have volunteers along the parade route next week passing out these bags, and we ask parade goers to put their garbage in, and then we have volunteers pick it back up, so it's a great way to keep the parade clean and our city clean. And then finally, we're really excited to team up with TriMet, and we're going to be featuring their electric bus, all electric
brand new electric bus,
absolutely,
right?
100% powered by wind. And they're just a great partner in helping to electrify transportation in Oregon.
Well, that's cool. So as you come down here to City Fair in the coming days and weeks or so, just keep in mind that a lot of the electricity you see generated here is renewable energy. PGE has done a lot over the last several years to get a lot of those wind turbines installed there. A bigger portion of its electrical generation, probably the biggest ever, is now wind-generated power. The Boardman coal plant being phased out within the next year or so, right?
That's right. We're at about 40% renewables, and by 2050, we plan to get to 80%.
Yeah, so that's an ambitious goal. A lot of wind, a lot of solar, a lot of renewables down here at City Fair that starts tonight. It starts tonight, and hopefully the skies will cooperate, and it won't be too bad down here. It's beautiful down here this morning. I'll tell you that. A few little raindrops here this morning, but a nice looking time here for City Fair this morning, Jenny and Ken.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Appreciate it, Corey.
Yeah, I think the last time we were there, it was raining, and the kids didn't care. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, the festivities kick off this evening at 5 o'clock, and they run for 3 consecutive weekends at Tom McCall Waterfront Park. Each weekend has a theme with events, and you can find all that information on KOIN.com. Tickets are $5 for admission, around $40 for an unlimited ride band. So be sure to stick around for the fireworks at 9:50. That's tonight. And don't forget that tonight, KOIN 6 Chief Meteorologist Natasha Stenbach will have your forecast live from City Fair.
She got the good gig today.
Yeah.
So she'll be out there with the elephant ears and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She always does a good job down there.
You're stuck with us in the basement, though, this morning. Thanks for coming in.
By this time tomorrow, I'll be camping up north. So.
Well, good. Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, how about a pet walk forecast? How's that sound?
Sure.
Yeah,
Great.
so let's take a look at our pet walk forecast. This is Sally, not to be confused with the Sally that fills in here, of course. Sally's an 82-pound dark brown lab. Ken's laughing at me right now. We love Sally. Hey, showers possible, 65 for a high today, but this morning, if you get the dogs out there, take a walk, it's going to be cool, 54. We're not going to warm it up too fast either, just 59 in your 9 o'clock hour. Okay, live look outside Lincoln City as that sun starts to peek up there. Just a few scattered showers around, mostly cloudy skies as we look across the current conditions across the area. 56 in Portland, 50 in Salem, lower to mid 50s along the coast. You folks in central and eastern Oregon, mostly in the upper 40s to lower 50s. Satellite and radar corps said there are a few scattered showers out there. I believe it. There's just a few scattered showers on the radar, mostly in the elevated areas of the Coast Range and along the Cascade foothills. I expect that to continue this afternoon as well. And a few may drift into the valley as well as we take a wider look. Most of the scattered shower activity staying up near Seattle right now. Okay, Memorial Day weekend planner, 63 on Saturday. I think that's the coolest and rainiest day of the weekend. Scattered showers around, so if you've got plans outside or camping like myself, be prepared for some rain. And then we warm it up and dry it out with sun breaks and 75 Sunday, Memorial Day. Warmer and mostly sunny, going for a high of 77. Here's our rain and cloud forecast. Here's 11:30 today. You see just a few scattered showers around the I-5 corridor, staying mostly dry. And then we bump up those shower chances later this afternoon. And then a more organized system moves down over the area on Saturday. I expect more scattered showers on Saturday. Not a big washout by any means. Boy, by the time we get to Sunday, we start to clear things out nicely, and that sets the stage for a nice Monday. Okay, mostly cloudy and a few scattered showers today along the coast. Temperatures mostly in the upper 50s. I-5 corridor in the valley, mostly cloudy. A few scattered showers possible. Light northwest wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Portland will go for a high of 65. Normal for this time of the year is about 68, 69 degrees. McMinnville and Salem at 62 and 63. Central and east side of the state, mostly sunny. Just a passing shower over there. North wind 15 to 20. Madras 65. And you folks in Bend there at 63. Gorge in the mountains, we'll call it mostly cloudy with a few afternoon showers. Hood River 61 and the Dalles 67. There's that 7-day forecast. With showers do return this afternoon. They'll be scattered in variety. Temperatures in the mid 60s. We cool it down even further tomorrow with a better chance of showers in the Portland area before we warm it up going into the Memorial Day weekend. It looks pretty nice at the end of the weekend. Carly, how's the traffic?
The traffic's looking great right now, so if you're getting an early start to your holiday weekend, it's a great time to get out the door, but I know it will really start to get congested and busy around lunch lunchtime and then into the afternoon, with a lot of people trying to get home from work and leave town for the holiday weekend. So this is a look at the commute right now. We still have this reported crash at 153rd and Stark, but it's not causing any delays. You can see the commute here on 217 looks great, nice and quiet. 26 is 5 minutes in the drive right now, and from Wilsonville, 17 minutes. We'll be back after this.
.526. Well, Cinetopia is now officially AMC Entertainment. This is despite an ongoing court battle between the two companies.
Yeah, as the legal battle plays out, AMC says it plans to reopen the Vancouver Mall location as early as tonight. 2 other locations will be open by next week. One of those is our favorite movie theater, Progress Ridge, in that area in Beaverton. So I'm glad it will be open at least, and hopefully they'll still, do some of the Cinetopia stuff.
Yeah, the Cinetopia Progress Ridge is probably the most popular one, even more so than the original one at Vancouver.
Nice, yeah.
526 right now. You're watching KOIN 6 News.
And a new spending bill is on the table aimed at helping those impacted by floods, wildfires, and other major disasters. Coming up at 5:30, why some lawmakers say not everyone who needs the money, though, will get it.
Plus, record holiday travel. Experts are predicting this Memorial Day weekend will be the busiest in more than a decade. So what do drivers need to know before hitting the roads this weekend? We'll have those answers still ahead.
KOIN 6 News This Morning starts right now.
And thanks for being with KOIN 6 News this morning. It's coming up on 5:31, and here's a live look at downtown Portland from our tower cam here at the KOIN Tower from the 31st floor. Looks pretty good from that angle. A few clouds in the sky, though. I'm Ken Boddy.
And I'm Jenny Henson. We do want to start things off with a look at weather and traffic. And Steve Pearson for Kelly Bairn today, up bright and early with us.
She's getting a jump start on the holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Smart girl.
And it's going to be an okay weekend, right?
Yeah, not too bad. If you like a few scattered showers today, that's what we'll see. And again tomorrow, but I think we're going to clear it out on Sunday and Monday and warm it up. Current look at temperatures right now, 53s in Hillsborough and Forest Grove, 53 Lake Oswego. Good morning, you folks there in West Lynn at 50. Quick look on the east side there, 52 at Camas, 53 Troutdale, and you folks there in Happy Valley at 49. Radar, just a few scattered showers up in the elevated areas of the Coast Range and the Cascades. I don't expect that to be a significant impact today, but there will be a few scattered showers around. The bus stop forecast will go mid-50s for your drop-off this morning with a cloudy start. And then in the afternoon, a few scattered showers possible, but look at that, really cool. Just temperatures in the lower 60s. Carly, how's traffic?
Traffic looks great. So it's quiet right now. Things will really start to pick up going into lunchtime in the afternoon with the Friday before the holiday weekend. It always is busy for travelers trying to head out of town. So right now, enjoy this nice commute coming into town. This is I-5 at SR14. Traffic's a breeze on I-84. This is at the Hollywood District, and that's actually the wrong camera. And look at 26 here at Jefferson, where it's smooth sailing down the hill from Sylvan.
All right, thanks, Carly. We are learning new developments in the search for a missing Salem mother and her 3-year-old son. New documents show investigators are now looking for evidence of a homicide.
Here's what we know right now. Carissa Fretwell and her son Billy were reported missing from their Salem home more than a week ago. Late Thursday afternoon, Salem police told us that Michael Wolf is a person of interest in their disappearance. Crews spent the day searching a property near Gaston in Yamhill County that belongs to him, but Wolf and his wife have not been seen there. Crews are also searching a second piece of property nearly 25 miles away in the small town of Hopewell.
Court records obtained by KOIN show last year Carissa Fretwell took Michael Wolf to court to request he pay child support for her son. Now, the court records show DNA proved Wolf is the boy's father. Well, now in a week and a half since Fretwell and her son went missing, her friend fears the father of Fretwell's child had something to do with it.
And as our Valina Jones found out, that friend fears what investigators might find.
It's been long enough. I'm honestly scared if they're going to be found alive.
Nakomi Holcomb is usually planning the next concert to go to with her former roommate.
She was just a super outgoing person. She was always smiling.
Now, a week and a half since Carissa Fretwell and her son went missing, Holcomb fears the father of Fretwell's child had something to do with it.
I know they had some problems because he was married, and she was a little scared of him because after she got pregnant, he did threaten her at one time.
She says that threat came from Michael Wolf, telling us the two met while working together at Cascade Steel in McMinnville. Fretwell telling her Wolf didn't want anyone to find out about their son.
If she told his wife, he would hurt her.
On Monday, investigators combed through Fretwell's new home in West Salem, leaving fingerprint dust and a search warrant on the seat of a green SUV, marked as evidence, still parked in front of her home. It shows that they're looking for evidence of a criminal homicide, including the bodies of the mom and her young son.
We've all been praying here for her, many of us here, and a lot of us have been pretty shaken by this.
Multiple neighbors recall hearing several arguments between Fretwell and a man, including one a couple months ago where police were called.
There was an argument, and Carissa was screaming and yelling at a man, telling him to not touch Billy and to get out.
Again, that was Valina Jones reporting. We looked to see if Michael Wolf has a criminal background. We did not find anything except some traffic tickets. We have been following this story since the search began for Carissa and her son, and as we learn more, we'll update you on air and on KOIN.com. Time now is 5:35, and here's a quick look at some of the other stories making headlines this morning.
British Prime Minister Theresa May has announced her resignation effective on June 7th. She said she will stay on as Prime Minister until a successor is chosen, but that's a process that could take several weeks. As support for May had been dwindling within the Conservative Party due to her failure to deliver on her pledge to withdraw Britain from the European Union.
People in the Midwest and Plains states are still living under threat of more severe weather to come. Days of rain have flooded neighborhoods, eroded land, and put a strain on rivers and waterways. On Thursday, at least one town was evacuated over fears that two barges that broke loose would break a dam and flood the area. In Jefferson City, Missouri, residents are still digging out after Wednesday evening's EF3 tornado.
Help is on the way, though, for people impacted by natural disasters. The Senate approved an aid bill Thursday, and the House is expected to do likewise today. The $9.1 billion relief plan will provide funds for areas dealing with the aftermath of floods, wildfires, and hurricanes. However, not everyone is happy. Republican Senator Mitt Romney of Utah tweeted that it was loaded up with billions of dollars in unrelated pet projects. The bill does not include funding for President Trump's border wall.
Federal prosecutors slapped WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange with 17 new charges, including violating the Espionage Act. That's for his role in publishing thousands of secret and classified documents. His lawyer calls the new charges a threat to all journalists.
Clinical trials to test the effectiveness of a male birth control gel are happening now through the University of Washington School of Medicine. That gel is designed to reduce sperm production without affecting a man's sex drive. It is also reversible, meaning men don't permanently lose the ability to have children. Well, so far, no one has gotten pregnant. The hope being a couple can completely rely on the gel after several months of use. Well, researchers are still years from seeing official results from the study and regulatory approval for the masses.
But right now, there's just no other option.
One-sided?
It is one-sided, so it's nice to have it leveled out and having that other. It's just all about options.
Extra hormones.
UW researchers are still looking for couples to participate in the male birth control gel study.
Some scary moments for a mom in Spokane when her 9-year-old son got stuck in a tree. The little boy climbed about 55 feet up the pine tree yesterday, but couldn't get down, so he started yelling for help. Rescue teams came out and connected him to a safety harness to get him to the ground as a crowd watched from below.
Talk to your kids. Tell them about the hazards, things like this and the possible consequences. Like I said, it's to a 9-year-old boy, this is an attractive nuisance, but even though it's beautiful to the rest of us. But yeah, serious consequences, potentially.
Firefighters say this little boy was involved in another incident Wednesday, climbing things that he shouldn't be climbing.
Yeah, he sounds like they need to talk to him for sure.
Yeah, well, it seems like after the second incident, he would figure out that if you climb somewhere, you need to figure out a way to get down.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, tens of millions of Americans plan to celebrate this Memorial Day with a weekend getaway. And AAA is expecting this year to be one of the busiest ever for holiday traveling.
Yeah, the company estimates nearly 43 million Americans plan to travel. That's the highest number for the holiday since 2005. And they say the vast majority of travelers will take to the road roads, driving at least 50 miles from home. Elise Haas live to explain some of the things travelers can expect as they head out the door today.
Yes, so I can probably take some of this advice myself because I'm going to be heading out to spend the holiday weekend in Leavenworth to go climbing. I'll tell you what, Kelly was probably the smartest. She took off early yesterday. But if you're like me and going to be heading out this evening, then we're all going to have to be patient together because there's going to be a lot of people on the roads. Because according to AAA, the vast majority of people are going to be driving to their destination. More than 37 million people will be taking to the roads this holiday weekend. And if you haven't been, surprised by the gas prices like me, AAA says high fuel costs aren't keeping people home, even though gas prices have gone up more than 30 cents in the last 2 months. So keep in mind, with so many travelers on the road today, you should prepare for congested commutes because AAA expects today will be the busiest day, with most drivers hitting the highways in the late afternoon.
These long holiday weekends are already times of the year when people will prioritize their money going toward travel so they can spend that quality time with their friends and family.
And experts say increasing consumer confidence and a positive economic growth outlook is really prompting a lot of people to plan trips for Memorial Day weekend. And AAA anticipates helping 350,000 people with problems on the road, whether that's flat tires, lockout issues, those sorts of things. So I hope that's not me. So come prepared in case any of that type of stuff might happen to you. And plus, while you're going to be heading back home, some other very busy times is going to be Monday night when you're heading back. So some things you might think about heading out Monday morning or maybe Tuesday morning if that works for you and your work schedule, so you can kind of spread that out so you're not sitting on the road with everybody else. But regardless, do enjoy your holiday weekend. Reporting live, Elise Haas, KOIN 6 News.
Good advice, Elise. Hey, if you're filling up your gas tank today, here's a quick check on gas prices around the state. According to AAA, you can expect to see prices in Multnomah County to be around $3.52 per gallon. Washington County is seeing prices averaging around $3.40. Clackamas at $3.43, and in Clark County, prices are about $3.53. Right now, AAA says the national average stands at $2.84 a gallon.
Well, let's take a quick look at our traffic right now. Carly Cannelli is standing by with that.
Well, it's early in the morning, 5:41, so we're seeing a very nice commute. Rush hour hasn't started. Traffic is very light, and we have one crash reported right here. This is Killingsworth at Coley Boulevard. But as you can see, it's not leading to any congestion around that intersection. So 14 minutes on I-5 southbound in from Vancouver, I-205 southbound 11 minutes. Everything looks good on I-84 and on the west side on 26. Steve?
Hi, thanks, Carly. Okay, let's take a live look outside right now. Current temperatures across the Pacific Northwest, mostly in the 50s this morning with a few scattered showers around. I expect those scattered showers to continue this afternoon. And then tomorrow we'll see even more showers before we warm it up and dry it out. Current temperatures right now, 55 in Vancouver, 50 at Salem. You folks down there in Eugene at 51, mostly in the 50s along the coast. And mid-40s over there in Central Oregon, Redmond at 47 and Madras at 50. Here's a look at that radar now. A few more scattered showers starting to pick up here on the radar. I don't think most of that is making it to the ground, but you folks over on the east side of the metro area could see a few more scattered showers coming up. I'll have a full forecast details here in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, thanks, Steve. 5:42, you're watching KOIN 6 News.
The final countdown is on. We're less than 12 hours from the start of City Fair 2019. Coming up, our Cora Harlan will have a live preview of this weekend's theme and this weekend's events.
Well, the wait is finally over. The annual Rose Festival kicks off its waterfront festivities today and just in time for the holiday weekends.
Cora Harlan is live at Tom McCall Waterfront Park with a preview of this weekend's events. Cora?
This Rose Festival, the City Fair, starts at 5 o'clock tonight. It goes for the next 3 weekends, and they have got a lot of activities packed into 3 weekends here. Let's go right now. First of all, this morning to the Rose Festival Clown Prince, not Crown Prince. That ain't a crown on top of your head. This is Angel the Clown Prince of the Rose Festival. It's easy for me to say at 6 o'clock in the morning. How you doing, Angel?
I'm doing really good, and on this chair, a little sticky, but it's good.
There's knives in you, it looks like.
Oh, ouch, yes.
But it's sit very still. It looks comfortable, yeah. tell me what we got going on here. 5 o'clock is the start tonight. You've got all sorts of activities for this week.
Yes, we open at 5 o'clock. Lots of food, lots of amazing people. The rides will be going on. And then this weekend we have Sir Mix-a-Lot free concert with admission into the park.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot,
Ah, Jenny Hansen favorite, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah. and then on Sunday we have an ukulele jam, a second annual ukulele jam led by this fine gentleman right here, Rick Huddle. And then on Monday we've got kids, clowns, and characters, which will be happening at the Rose Zone. And I'll be there with my throne, so we can have pictures taken. We're going to have other clowns there. We're going to have an amazing face paint airbrush artist, Karen Reinhold from the local area. We're going to have magic, and we're going to have the Bubble Man. It's going to be a fantastic weekend.
Big weekend. Let's take him out with a little staying alive, Rick. Okay, now where do my fingers go here again?
Middle finger here and index finger right there.
All right, right there. All right, let's do it. Staying alive, baby.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. Music loud and when
I don't know if this is really keeping.
Since I was born, now it's all right. It's okay. You can look the other way. We can try.
I think I'll keep my day job, Rick. All right, Jenny and Ken, back to you.
that was an effort
Off
right
with
there.
his head.
Yeah. That was something.
I want to hear him play Sir Mix-a-Lot. That would be
Yeah, can you play Baby Got Back on that thing?
Sir Mix-a-Lot, yeah. Some of the lyrics from Sir Mix-a-Lot. Let's talk about those in between segments, all right?
All right. Thanks, Cor.
Thanks, Cor. Well, a lot of people might be heading out to here. Probably something a little better than what Cor just gave us.
What time does Cor play again?
Oh,
never.
Okay. Hopefully at 1 a.m.
Carly said never.
Yeah.
But hey, good weather for this weekend. If you like the second half of the weekend, I think we're going to see our best weather there. But until then, I think we're going to have a few scattered showers around as we look outside live right now across the region. Mostly cloudy skies, a few scattered showers on the east side of the metro area right now. 56 in Portland. There's that live look back into downtown as City Fair gets ready to start this afternoon. Stoller Family Estates, cloudy skies out there. A few sun breaks as we look east from our Point S camera in the Columbia River Gorge. And you folks down there in Lincoln City, mostly cloudy skies. A couple folks out there walking their pets along the beach this morning, 54 in Lincoln City. There's that City Fair forecast. We'll call it scattered showers this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-60s. We'll go for a high of 65 today. And then tomorrow, a more organized system comes down from the northwest over the Pacific Northwest. And I think we'll see our better chances for scattered showers tomorrow. And we'll cool it down to just 63. That's about 6 degrees below where we should be for this time of the year. But if you can wait until Saturday night into Sunday and certainly into Monday, we're going to warm things up and dry things out. Few scattered showers around, mostly on the east side of the metro area and up into the Cascade foothills and out along the coast. I think the radar will fill in a bit more this afternoon with a few scattered showers out and about. Our weather headlines today, cooler today with scattered showers. The unsettled weather does continue again on Saturday. So if you've got camping plans tonight and tomorrow, I think there's a good chance you're going to see a few scattered showers out there. But by Saturday night and Sunday, warmer weather does return, and that will hold through your Memorial Day on Monday with temperatures returning back into the 70s. Here's our cloud and rain forecast. Just a few scattered showers around in your noon hour today. As we move ahead overnight tonight, and here's 4:30 this evening. Again, just a few scattered showers, mostly in the elevated areas around the metro area. But as we move into Saturday, another system slides down the British Columbia coastline into the Pacific Northwest. I think that increases our chances for scattered afternoon showers tomorrow. But then by Sunday, we start to dry it out and warm things back up. Let's quick look at the forecast along the coast today. Mostly cloudy, scattered showers possible. North-northwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures in Seaside, Tillamook, mostly in the mid-50s. I-5 Valley forecast today, mostly cloudy. We'll just call it scattered showers possible. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Portland will go for a high of 65. Salem at 63. Central and east side of the state, mostly sunny with just a passing shower over there. A north wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Pendleton at 65. You folks over there in Bend at 63. Gorge in the mountains, same thing there. Mostly cloudy afternoon, scattered showers. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll keep those temperatures cool, though. Hood River 61 and the Dalles at 67. Okay, 7-day forecast. We'll call it showers returning today. Temperatures in the mid-50s or mid-60s, and then even cooler tomorrow with more scattered showers continuing. think that'll be the wettest day of the next 7. And then we warm it up quickly on Sunday, and Memorial Day is looking really nice. How's that traffic, Carly?
Traffic is nice and light right now, 5:51. It's early enough to where we haven't seen any major delays. So right now we have this crash reported, and that's the one I told you about earlier, Killingsworth and Cully Boulevard. No delay there around that intersection. I-205 at Johnson Creek. The I-205 commute is moving along nicely between Vancouver and Tualatin, so that whole stretch of I-205 is up to speed. Here's I-205 at Mill Plain in Vancouver. I-5 at SR14, that's not even delayed right now. And check out 26 at Sylvan. It's smooth sailing over Sylvan Hill down to I-405.
Thanks, Carly. 5:52 right now, and changes are coming to SR14 in Washougal. Washington's Department of Transportation tells us they're adding roundabouts at the intersections of Washougal River Road, 15th Street, and 32nd Street. Officials say the roundabouts will make travel safer, keep the traffic flowing, and provide better routes for travel. The project is expected to be completed this fall. Construction kicks off next Wednesday. Time now, 5:53. You're watching KOIN 6 News.
And searching for a missing Salem mother and her young son. Coming up at 6, we take a look at why her friends are worried the father of her child may have something to do with her disappearance.
But first, our A.J. McCord sits down with Oregon State's football coaches to talk about what we can expect from the Beavers this coming season.
And now, KOIN 6 Sports with A.J. McCord.
100 days until the college football season kicks off for Oregon State, and while that may seem like a long ways off, it's the work put in by the teams and coaches and players now that has some of the greatest impact on a team's success in the fall. So I caught up with Oregon State head coach Jonathan Smith about what his Beavs are doing to gear up for the summer of their lives.
The goal is to have the best summer we've ever had, and they got to put in some work, and they're doing it in the weight room and being amongst each other, working on their craft, throwing the ball around and taking back pedals, and really having an awesome summer to set themselves up for a big-time camp in August.
Year 2 of spring ball with the former Beav at the helm of his alma mater, and Jonathan Smith said the place he was most excited to see progress in was nowhere near the football field.
I think our off-season was huge to start in the weight room. We needed to get bigger, stronger, faster. I think we accomplished that. I think year 2 into spring practice, you could see the level of competition was way up. The physicality was way up.
Among the areas of competition, quarterback.
I do feel like we're better than we were last year at that spot. With Jake Luton coming back, had a great spring, and I think some of that motivation for him was Tristan Gebbia and being in the room, and he had a good spring. So right now I feel like we got 2 guys we can score points with.
And speaking of scoring points, Smith's numbers in securing transfer student athletes are some of the best in the Pac-12, and he says there's one main reason for that.
You know, you're always talking about opportunity, and these guys were seeking an opportunity. We're always talking about development and their opportunity to really achieve their goals, come to a place like us, and it's been resonating.
Resonating, at least in part, because Smith has lived and thrived in the same scenario he's laying out for these recruits.
I think that's a part of the message, that I lived the experience of coming to a place when it was down and hadn't had a ton of success, put in some work, got around a lot of guys that wanted to do the work as well, and we were able to do that when I was playing, and so that's part of the message, and we're going to continue it.
There's still plenty of work ahead for the former Fiesta Bowl quarterback, but he's as committed to reviving Beaver Nation as he ever has been.
It's a great job, and you being able to touch so many people and kind of set a direction of how we're going to go about this for the long term, and then again contributions from so many people in this operation that I feel good about it.
Now, a year ago you said this is it, this is the dream, coaching at your alma mater, getting a chance to turn it around. Are you still living the dream?
In a lot of ways we are. It really is. I mean, like I said, the school itself, the place itself is so awesome, and to be able to experience that on the day-to-day, I am living a really good life.
A.J. McCord for KOIN 6 Sports.
Touchdown, Oregon State.